Welcome to Camaro Build Part 2. We're going to see if we can swap some parts from the red Camaro, get everything taken over, see what we can get done today. And thanks for coming along for the journey. Well guys, we got her back home, and just wanted to show you how bad this paint job is. The people on Marketplace said it was just painted, even showed the video of it in the paint booth with wet paint on it. I don't know if that was 20 years ago. I mean, it's only a 2014 car, so that's impossible, but this is probably the worst paint job I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, look at the bottom of that. I don't know what the heck they did there. It's all scraped to heck. It's got sanding scratches in it everywhere. Got scraped scratches. They told me about the hood flying up, breaking the windshield. Pretty crazy. Nothing's bolted on there. Had to kind of put straps on the front bumper so it wouldn't fly off. It's got, look at the drips. Look at that drips on that. Drips from the, probably the clear coat. Craziness. Those look like water, but they're drips. I don't know if that's just a really poor, some drips there, a bunch of orange peel. Drips everywhere. I don't know who they had painted this car, but it was just horrible. So he said he spent quite a bit of money painting it. Just ridiculous. They obviously didn't fix this rear damage when it was hit. Maybe that was from something else. They obviously didn't even take the badging off. You can see by that how it's just really crazy what you get on Marketplace. Sometimes it's hard to trust people, you know. It'd been nice that, I mean, it gave me a super good deal on the car, so it was definitely a good deal even with the bad paint job. So, but it would just been nice. It could have just told me that the paint was just horrible. Look at it fading. That's sun is eating the sorry about the shadow there, guys, but the sun is just eating. Look at the cracks. Obviously didn't sand probably any of these spots. The paint's just coming right off. They obviously didn't prepare the surface. Look at that under here. They obviously didn't do any prep work at all. That's what happens. Look, you can tell they didn't sand there. You gotta sand your surface before you paint, or it's not gonna stick. That's pretty, I think that's pretty well known in the paint industry, you would think. They didn't mask anything off. They obviously didn't take the badging off, as you can see. Look at the roof. It's like horrible. Everything's horrible in this car. They didn't obviously, you can tell there how much it's actually sticking a little better there, but it's just still pretty shiny. They obviously didn't sand much. And fade coming off. They didn't even tape off anything. They got those. They can remove those, put them back on. The little plastic pieces you can see right there. They didn't remove those. They didn't tape anything off. It's just craziness what people are doing nowadays. But just wanted to show you guys this paint job. It's just crazy how bad it is. They didn't even, if you can look on the inside, obviously they didn't even fix the original crash. Probably caused the airbag to blow on this passenger seat. They didn't even fix that. Look at that. They didn't even tape off the bottom of the seal. There's paint all over that. It's kind of a crazy job. I mean, I'm very fortunate, and I got this car for a very inexpensive amount, so it was worth it still. Look at that on the side. They didn't even tape off a bunch of overspray. This guy, I feel bad for this guy because I think whoever painted this car overrepresented their skills. They definitely didn't know what they were doing. So anyways, we're gonna do a will it start video next. It cranks and cranks, and that's all it does. We'll have to see why it's not firing. I'm gonna try some probably try some spray to start with to see if it'll fire up on spray, and then go from there. Maybe we have a bad fuel pump, or who knows. Well, I definitely didn't hear the fuel pump starting up, so we'll see what we got.
All right, should we see if this thing will start?
Welcome to day number who knows what. We're gonna do a little bit of a will it start video here. See if we can't figure out this car, why it's not starting. If we get it to start, it'll be a real winner for us. All right, I don't hear the fuel pump. I don't hear anything. Let's see what we got here.
I guess we'll check the basics. Check fuses.
Yeah, it's sometimes, you know, you can take your scan tool and you can check all the codes and this and that, but it's almost just as quick. Just go through all the fuses real quick and see what you got before you get too far in the weeds. You can turn the key off.
Well, check fuses.
The battery ain't gonna last long. We're gonna have to put a new battery in it.
We can just pull them. We'll check the main ones.
I got the I got the multimeter. Alright, I'm just going to take the multimeter, guys, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it so that it beeps at me. So that way I can see if the fuse is good by seeing if it is connected to each other. So just hearing that beep, I can just go through all my fuses even with the key off. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Uh-oh. We found a bad one, guys. I think this might be, let's see. This is number 5. Number 5 on my list is the ECM. So that would make sense. If the ECM was no good, then we'll have to replace that 15 amp fuse.
With any luck, that's all that it is.
Alright. See a little burn spot on there? I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera or not, but it's definitely burnt. Another 15 amp fuse in there.
Well, we'll see what it does and see if it just pops it right away, or...
Well, you know, since we're already here, we're going to check the rest of them.
There we go. Good idea.
And just to skip forward in the video, I know there's one more that's out. Oh, actually, I must have, never mind, I must have replaced that one already. But let's see if it starts now.
All right, you wanna... Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens.
Hey, success! Woohoo! All right, that's awesome. All right.
No exhaust. Sounds all right.
Yeah, there's no muffler on it, guys. That's why it's so loud. But that's the way we bought it. Good thing we don't need mufflers. All right. Well, how exciting! That's great. Now we didn't need the engine, but now we can move the car around so much easier. And you know, maybe somebody will want the used engine. So, all right. Now it's about time we're going to start taking off this front clip because we're going to put the car on the lift because we need to take all the suspension stuff off that right wheel. So it's easier on these shorter profile cars, especially since we have to take this front clip off anyways, front bumper. We might as well just get it off before we even get out. You'll see it's only held on by a couple zip ties and baling wire and duct tape. So I think we'll just get started and get it taken off. All right, you guys ready for the fastest bumper removal in history? We got one 10mm bolt because the one side is totally broken off, the little plastic tab. As you can see on the other side, the plastic tab is actually there. So with the 10mm bolt, there was one zip tie that I think he hasn't got the zip tie yet, but he'll have the oh, was that an 8?
Tab 8, not a tab.
Whoops. Okay, zip tie gone. Now we need is a 10mm. And if you didn't see it in the earlier spot, the 15-amp fuse, that was blown for the PCM, which was number 5 on the list, which ECM. So if the car's not starting, that might be a good place to start, the ECM fuse. So this fuse also was blown. It's supposed to be a 7.5. We didn't have a 7.5, so we put a 10 in it. That one went to SRBM 7. I'm not sure what that is, but anyways. So I don't know if that probably didn't have anything to do with the starting, but all right, let's get that 10mm off, and we should be. Oh man, how tough was this?
Got another zip tie.
Oh, another zip tie. I lied about the baling wire with zip ties. Oh, another zip tie. Alright. Super easy, guys. I guess that was kind of nice that they put things together so hastily. Okay, guys, now we're just going to get her off the, probably move the trailer around, get the car off the trailer and onto the ramp.
All right, now it's time to see if this thing will drive. No. Well, either drive works or it's rolling. We'll find out. little dusty. Just rev it up and you can blow that's how you clean the shop up.
Okay guys, we got her put on the lift. Now we're just going to go up with it.
Give it a quick shake, make sure. Want to go all the way up and check out the whole bottom?
Yeah, let's check out the bottom. In my shop, I don't have... I have kind of low ceilings, so you gotta watch the garage door. Won't be a problem with the Camaro. It's so low profile though. All right, you can go up a little higher than that, even. Have plenty of room.
Yeah, one more right there.
Right there is good. So guys, even if you have a 10-foot ceiling, you can have a shop, and even I even put trucks on here. I just have to use a little stool. I get under there with my little stool, and you can pretty much look at everything. Oh, we got #1 hacksaw to the old mufflers. Oh, I'm not sure why people do that, folks, but anyways, it is louder now. The cats are still on there though, guys. I don't know if those are factory cats though. I can't tell. They might be. They look like new O2 sensors. Trying to see where the... What are you seeing, Robert?
Culture flow. I don't know if that's a... I think that's an aftermarket. Definitely look like an aftermarket.
Looks like there's a lot of good parts left on this rig though.
Should point out one thing while we're here, since we ran into this on that one. If one of these bolts is either missing or broke in that case, or this rubber mount is bad, it will have a vibration.
Yeah, and you'll think you have a bad differential. We thought we needed a new differential, and all we needed was that rubber isolator. That was a good find. All right. Well, I think we pretty much don't really have anything to look at on here. It's pretty well what I thought it was going to be, except for the nice little hacksaw job. Now we just got to get these front end parts off and this wheel off and everything, get all that stuff off. We just have to figure out how we're going to keep it steering. We'll figure that out later. We have to monkey wrench something to keep this one so we can keep baling wire. Duct tape.
Duct tape.
That's the handyman's.
Don't have to go far.
That's the handyman's secret weapon right there, duct tape. All right, well, we'll start doing this. This lift has 2 locks, so you just have to unlock one side and then unlock the other. Next level, menswear. So we need this front bumper piece here because ours is pretty well whacked, and we're gonna need the
right there for now.
Let's just show you some differences, guys, while we're here. Look at the gap there that you have on the radiator to the wall. You got a good inch and a half. A little tighter there. Then we go over to our crash damaged car, and it's pretty much right up against it. There's no room at all. So we definitely have some bendage going on there. Good thing we have an appointment at the frame shop. Hopefully they'll get us all nice and fixed up. So, all right, here we go. Start pulling some stuff off the 5th grade paint job. I don't think they sanded.
5th grade.
Yeah, I don't think they sanded anything other than maybe the body. That's what just see. That's what happens if you don't sand before you do the job. It won't stick. So the sanding is what makes the paint stick. All right, we'll have a little bit of a timeout while we find some tools, folks. All right, Robert started without me here. This is kind of the tight area in my shop. Of course, this is where we need to do the videoing. So it looks like Robert's running into this typical thing with the swolled lug nuts. They're really annoying.
Yep.
They put these fake caps on the lug nuts, and what it does is they swell over time. So a little thing that I would recommend to the manufacturers: we don't need no stupid caps on there, chrome caps. Just give us real metal lug nuts. We'd prefer that.
Exactly.
Oh, we probably have bad. We might have bad lighting in here. Let me see if I can help out with some lighting.
All right, let's see if the ABS sensor will pull out of here. Easiest way, otherwise we'll just go and unplug it, but it pulled right out.
In case anybody hasn't noticed yet, Robert's the professional in the old outfit.
I wouldn't say that.
Taking out the brake line.
We'll just go ahead and take this whole caliper off of the mounting bracket and see if we can use it on the other side. So we'll need a 13. Grab this.
Alright.
I guess we gotta grab the right size.
Yeah, you know, that usually does help getting the bolts off. You got the wrong
I think if
size.
just a bigger hammer, we could probably make it.
That's all we need is, yeah, why do we even need to just take a big old sawzall everything off? This is... Anybody that thinks like just take your electric ratchet and don't do any heavy work with it, we don't agree to that concept. If it breaks, we'll get a new one.
I should have taken that one off first. That's okay, we can put this back in for a second. Maybe.
Ow, it's hot. Even if you only drive it for a few seconds, folks, you don't want to touch the catalytic converters. They get crazy hot. And my knuckle is, luckily I just touched it for a second. It's used to about every other day getting burned or jammed or cut or whatever.
Well, I'm thinking that one might have. Grab a backup wrench for it. Find them.
So what's going on here is you have to hit this part with a wrench so it doesn't turn, while the other is with a wrench on there. So that's, sometimes it's harder than others. This one looks pretty easy because it's got enough width to put something on it. Sometimes they make them real thin and it's impossible to get a wrench on it. I know this makes for a great video staring at a bolt.
That's a nice shiny bolt.
Nice bolts. Bolts are fun.
Get a thinner wrench on that one.
So I just lied. He needs a thinner wrench.
Let's see. Look at that.
All right, we got it. Only took us a shade under a decade there, folks.
Now a trick that I do. This helps with brake changes too. Some people might say this is wrong. Some may be right. Put that under the brake pad. And you can, don't smack your face. And you can go like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so what he's doing is he just compressed the caliper without having to use another tool. I like that. I've never done that before. See, he's teaching me stuff.
And don't ever hang these. Don't ever just let them hang. Unless you really don't ever plan on using them again.
We have one of those.
We don't know if we will or not.
We have those little hangers someplace.
Yeah, where are they?
You know, I've known Robert for forever now. He's never taught me that trick before. And he taught you guys first.
That a secret.
He taught you guys first, didn't teach me. Okay, we gotta find.
Oh, we got bungee straps here. Either way.
They're right up here in this drawer. That's what we're looking for right there. Little hangers. Get yourself a set of those little hangers when you do these brakes. Or I've used bungee straps before too, but it's just a little more annoying with bungee straps.
Then you can just take it. If you're doing it like this, where you're not taking it off, you can hang it wherever. Otherwise, take that like that. Just hang it.
Nice. Sweet.
And now, oh hey, somebody already beat us to the zip tie holding the
zip tie. Yeah.
Luckily, it's not actually.
Does it look usable?
The zip tie?
No, no, the parts.
It does. Everything looks pretty good. I think what we'll do is we'll take it off here and here.
This is creating kind of a weird like video thing. I don't know. Is this? We need a new light, folks.
All right, let's go ahead and zip this off, which we need anyways.
Is that the lower control arm looks like?
Yep, we'll take it off here. Here. We'll
lower
just take
control
this off. I don't know as if
no, one's so actually one's an upper and one's a lower, even though they're pretty low.
Yeah, that's
would
be I guess considered your upper.
That's your ball joints there. That's one of the most common things that's replaced at a shop is your control arms, which are basically your ball joints there. And we'll check them. If they're too bad, we'll have to get new ones. If they're usable, we'll reuse them.
Well, this thing's only got, 100,000 miles on it, so hopefully... our battery's about dead.
Good thing we got another one. Ah, that's our first piece that we really need, guys, is the coolant bottle. How does she look?
Well, so far, looks okay. If I could get... Oh, sorry. The hose, I'm not quite sure how that... Well, not like that, I guess.
It came off.
Oh!
One piece that saved us $100. Those aren't too expensive.
And just in case we need these, we'll just put them back in here so we know where they're at. Something I like to do sometimes.
Yeah, I'm never good at doing that, but I need to start because there's going to be a lot of bolts on this project.
Let's see, I'm going to need a 21 for a backup wrench.
Backup wrench.
Yep, 21 for...
21 coming up.
Thank you. But before we do that, well, now that we know it's loose, though, we'll go ahead and bust it off here.
Hopefully the shock is good because those are expensive.
Take off this, yeah, we'll take the whole strut assembly. Let's see if we can get...
It's not leaking, so that's at least the start.
If nothing else, at least it'll get that car drivable.
Yep.
I'll grab a 15. No.
These rotors are fairly smooth. It just hasn't driven in a while. That's why they're so rusty. If we put a few miles on it, take that rust right off of there.
What did I do?
No rush. We're only making a video here. We just take all day.
Right, well.
Take all day. You know, find whatever size you need. We like to kid around here. We try to have fun. Little swivel makes life easy, folks.
Well, now we're spinning, so we're going to have to use a ratcheting wrench and a...
Oh, I hate this. Oh.
We're getting tied up.
Hangman's noose. Oh, there's the baling wire. Oh, no, it's just regular wire.
All right, so let's...
So this is the time where I get out some PB Blaster or a lubricant of some type and spray that bad boy. Because it's going to be not going to be fun trying to get that off with the 8mm. So we do have a little lubricant around here someplace.
Where did that 18 wrench go? Brake clean.
This one I like, if you got to put it underneath. So.
Nope. Guess we're just going to use it as regular.
All right, it's working. Not too tight. These ones always scare me because you got an 8mm going and you're out and trying to get a bigger. She went.
All right. Going to use that again. So now we'll bust that off.
You could probably just leave that top one on there. We're gonna need it for the other
I'm
car
leaving
anyway.
all that on there.
We don't have to take the whole sway bar link off or stabilizer link off because we're gonna put it. It's going on the other side of the car, so don't even have to take it off. Right here, if you ever get a nice little knocking sound, you know, in your car, sometimes you think it's the strut, but sometimes it's just these little links right here. They're kind of cheap to replace. Try that first. Might save you a couple bucks. If you try that whole shock first, costs you a lot of money, and then it may not fix it if you need a new link. When you get your sway bar links off, grab your bar, pull on it. If it pulls, then your little bushings that are under here, right there, and on the other side, aren't doing their job anymore. So you need to replace those. They're pretty expensive as well. And by the way, folks, we're and sorry I keep saying folks. How many times do I say folks in this video, folks? That will be in the comments. Sorry about the dirty shop. I use floor dry on my floor to keep all the spills cleaned up, and some people really hate it, some people like it. The little Robert here said he hates this stuff. So maybe one of these videos,
great.
You know, if you guys really support the channel, you know, maybe we'll have a sweeper. We'll just be able to employ a sweeper. They'll just come and sweep up all of our messes.
All right, now let's get that one off of there. See if that comes off better than the... Now's the fun part. Where's your hammer?
Now he needs a hammer. The hammer should be in that box. So now what he's going to do is try to sledgehammer right in here. See if you can see my finger. Right in there. So he's going to see if he can pop it off like that. If that don't work, then he's got to go a little more extreme. Which will be...
So what I do, I'll try. If there's a place to pry, you can kind of get in here.
He's going to try the leverage approach first.
And then...
I'm doubting this approach, folks. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, he's leveraging and hammering. Oh, don't hit yourself in the head. He's leveraging and hammering. I like this technique.
Here, how about I have you?
Oh, he's going to have me do some work.
Well, but that's going to be in the way.
Now, don't hammer the camera.
So what we're doing is trying to hit here, not here, not here, not here, but right. Right there.
She worked. So you can see how violent that is because you see how the camera moved when it hit. Because I moved when it hit. But that was a good technique. I like that. I usually just hammer the crap out of it for about 4 years. And then it finally comes out. I like that technique better. It's good to have somebody that knows what they're doing around here.
If you don't have a helper, you're holding the pry bar with one hand. And if you're not left-handed, you still... have to do it left-handed. So now let's take the strut off up top. Let's go ahead and just, you might as well just get these out of the way.
Oh,
get
so
this
he's
all pulled out. And
I believe I think I know what he's trying to do at home. He's trying to, I don't know why I said at home, but anyways, I said it, so I'm just leaving it in here. I believe he's going to keep the strut on there and the whole knuckle and the whole caliper and everything.
Just the bracket and just the mounting.
The bracket and everything, because it's going to save... Because this car does not have, because it's a rear-wheel drive, does not have a CV axle going into it, so it makes things a little bit easier.
So that's actually going to...
You need a punch?
Yeah, there might be a little pressure on there, but it should be okay.
All the punches are in the right... in that orange toolbox over there by the...
There is no pressure, so...
Nice.
Since it's suspended like that, all the way down. So now we should be...
You don't even have to take on the lower ball joint.
Nope, that's fine.
Nice.
Do it like that. We're all...
We have a problem, folks. This ball joint is doing nothing. It's yeah.
Well, that'll be okay. No, I don't think.
You think it's all right?
It's all right. That's just the position and how it is.
That's the position and how it is. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
He thinks we're good.
All right, let's go ahead and lower this. Ready?
Ready.
And always make sure both sides go down. I've seen where they wasn't paying attention and only one side went down.
First step of every step, pay attention. So one thing I was hoping when I was going to buy this car was these headlights. And I realized that these are the non-RS headlights, even though this is supposed to be an RS car. So if you look here, these are just regular halogen lights. We go over here and we look at the RS headlights to have a little LED light in them, and are quite expensive. So, but I bought some of those on eBay. They weren't too horribly expensive.
So now...
Alright, now he's got to attack this strut tower. These have a weird little hook on them, don't they?
So it looks like this. You actually have to take the bolt out.
Yeah, you usually don't have to take the bolt out. It's usually smaller bolts and one big bolt that you don't mess with, but
yeah,
I don't see how else you'd get it off unless... Oh, yeah.
I don't. It's just this here.
It's just that one big bolt. Huh. Well, that's a new one for me.
Yeah, me too.
I did see those, some of those, I think they're Dodges, some of the Jeep or Dodge brands have a, that like plastic little thing that connects. Well, yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to have to hold this spring.
Are you sure there's not anything at the top holding it? There's like maybe a double piece.
Maybe.
I doubt that would pop the spring. I would really doubt.
I mean, I guess we could pop it off that one and see.
Yeah, because that one's not being reused anyways.
Right. I mean, I guess if it does fall, all it's gonna have to do is just have to re-support it anyway.
Yeah, let's try that one. I doubt that's that because it's too loosey goose. If it was had all that pressure on it, I think I don't think it would move around so easy.
We might not have much pressure on it. But...
True. All right, we're gonna try it on the bad one first. It's nice to have a guinea pig.
Let's see what happens. Right size here. We might have to hold that. We'll see if it'll.
Is it letting off any pressure?
No, it's pretty tight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna spring.
Is it? Okay. Well. Yeah, it's getting tighter too, isn't it?
But we might be able to when we go back together.
All right, get this.
Do you have a pair of those?
I got spring tools. So, it looks like it would have been good if we would have actually watched YouTube first instead of making a YouTube video on figuring out how to take these off, because most of the time these are loaded struts and you don't have to use a spring tool. But it looks like in this case today we got to use our spring tool. And we'll take a timeout while we get the spring tool ready to go. Okay, we found out you just take the bolt right out. We should have maybe washed our feet first before we finished.
Steel toe.
Yeah. Well, you didn't tell me.
Okay, that came off a little easier than I thought it was going to. So
we forgot that we had like
a
whole avalanche. We were like, we forgot to check for. Anyways, we got her. No one got hurt. No one got injured. Everybody still has their eyeballs.
So that was done on purpose.
Yeah.
Just to show you what not to do.
That was just for video content. We want to just show you some exciting stuff.
Well, yeah, we don't want boring videos.
No, yeah.
That, you got the whole works.
Look at that. I would have probably done that with a lot more pieces than that. That makes it so much easier. You don't only have a few. Presto.
It didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, we see them do that on the videos all the time where they snap their finger and it automatically puts itself together. Huh.
Yeah, I guess we got to tear this one apart.
We don't have a lift on this one.
I'm letting you do this one.
I could. The sad part about this is we have to put it back on the other one somehow. Well, I suppose you probably don't need to see the same thing all over again. Won't have a very good view on this one. So we'll get back to it when we put it back together. All right. All right, we're going to take off this tie rod end. I'll show you the other one here in a second. It's quite bent.
Start out with getting this Oetiker clamp off of here. See if we can't.
If that's the first time you've ever heard the name of that clamp, you're I I'm with you on that one. We got some useless or useful trivia for you today. I think it's useful. I won't remember it, but so he's trying to get it off so he can reuse it, but that's that can be harder said than done with these clamps.
Pop that off like that. Grab that 34
millimeter. So there is a special tool for this. So sometimes you're in tight spots, and you can't get this. So but luckily with this particular car, there's plenty of room. Fit your 32 millimeter in there, and give it a nice little wrench.
And you can also turn the wheel, and it'll bring this out.
That's a good idea.
If there's not enough room.
I wouldn't have thought of that. Makes sense though.
And when you're doing the inner like this, you don't need to worry about counting the threads when you take it off, because it'll only go to one spot. If you used to do this one, you'd count how many turns. It won't be exact, but it'll be close.
So basically, also, when this car is finished, it's going to have an alignment. So either way, we're going to have to just get most things close as we go, and then it's going to have to be professionally aligned when we get all done. We're going to be able to avoid that. Down goes bolt.
All right. Straight.
Ish.
All right, first used part onto the... Let's go ahead and take that other clamp off that other one, because it was in wherever it's at.
Right there.
We will see. And we may not be able to get it off there and reuse it, but we will see. And there's a special tool that crimps this, which we do not have here. I will bring one to crimp it at a later date.
That one threaded back on there a lot easier than it came off, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. All right.
Nice. Like I said, just have to get the clamp it on there at some point.
Now, guess we can start putting our...
All right, now we can start.
Did you video that where it's broke?
Yep, let me show everybody see right there, the lower ball joint. Totally came out of socket, broke the housing. That knuckle's toast, that's why we got this. So what would you say, Robert, the cost of all that stuff we're replacing right now, if we just had to buy all that stuff?
If you used to buy it new, you'd be $1,000 at least.
So yeah, we're saving
Not more.
ourselves $1,000 by buying the parts vehicle. So that's one good option to buy a parts vehicle if you have a wrecked car. You know, it just can, if you can get the parts vehicle cheap enough, it definitely is worth it. So he might need me to thread that bolt on while he holds it up. I think I could probably hand. Oh. Do you wait? This? Do you want to use? Wait, stop. We need to use the other top thing because that's bent. All right, we'll go with the other top thing. Is it over here? Do you think? On top?
Yeah, it should be right on top.
Yep. That other one. This one looks pretty nice and round. That other one looks a little bent. It may be, may not be. I don't know. Yep, it sits on there better for sure. Alright. Always helps to have another set of hands. It's on there. And we just have to tighten her up.
Alright, fits. Now we'll grab the new bolts.
So I'll show you why we're not using the old bolts. So this bolt right here, it's probably hard to see, but it's definitely bent. Check out the reason why we didn't use this. Way bent. That's the, we switched it off the other one. It's hard to say if these control arms are bent or not, but you know, we're not going to try using them. And we decided not to use this shock. It's probably bent as well. It's a little harder to tell too. But went ahead and going to use the rotor off of this one. It seems it's just nicer. Looks nicer. Smoother. Feed bolt through.
Right here.
Alright, just waiting on the bolt guy here.
Actually, hold on. Let's get this stuff in the right position before we have to tear stuff apart again.
There you go. What about that other control? Oh, the other control arm's good. Okay. Okay. Pull it up. Or up, yeah. There we go. It's through. There's the other end of the bolt. So we have pretty good lighting here. Don't have to use the flashlight.
Got our ABS wire there.
And we got our handy bolt put back in the spot so we don't have to go looking for it.
Maybe we should have did that one first.
Never second guess yourself. You did it perfectly. You push it over?
Well, it's just at a little bit of a wrong angle here, so need to.
I'm sure that stuff's bent isn't really hurting you at all.
No, not at all. Well.
One of those you gotta bring up from the bottom. That's looking a little better now. Should be a little hammerage. Looking better. There we go. Sometimes it's weird on some that you have to go from the bottom, or go in, or just the way everything's orientated. If that's is orientated a word? That's a
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Some English major can correct us if we're wrong.
So the key on this is you hold it up as high as you can go as you're tightening, and that way you hope that it'll actually tighten without spinning. If you leave it too low and you try to spin it, then it'll definitely spin. So that's the key to it. You gotta hold it up as high, that way it's kind of getting into there as much as possible.
We
got some bent parts, folks. Or we got it. The frame is I think the sway bar link, just leave it unhooked. It's not gonna work.
Well, no, I think we just got, this is just on the wrong side. We just need to, hopefully, try not to smack it here. There we go. Look at that, it might actually.
Okay, well maybe it will work. User error, folks.
And then once this goes up, it'll go right in. Now, we'll just run everything tight. Find some torque specs. Tight.
Alright, yeah, we just gotta get everything tight now. Pretty much got the main stuff put on there. We'll just get all this stuff tightened up and
take this. See if we can get it in here right to put a little pressure on that.
there's the pressure. That's what... You see how he does it? I would have had to take the wrench to put on top of there, and then use the. But you put the force on there to go up, so that way you didn't have to do that.
Might be able to do that with this one. Probably not. Sometimes if you hammer them, but it's not going to work on that.
Yeah, she wasn't spinning. I think this plug we have to replace, and I think we have a good plug on the other Camaro, so that should be, we can splice a new pigtail there, that'd be nice.
And remember on this, it's on reverse. Because you tighten this one up and this one's actually going backwards. So.
I can never remember that, and then I have to remember and then do it 3 times, and then I...
A little bit of useful, useless information, I guess.
That's very useful.
Now, this one back.
We're just putting everything together now real fast, and later on we'll go through and get the torque wrench out and make sure we're all torqued up good.
Alright, where's our rotor at?
We don't need a rotor, do we? Why would we need one of those? I mean, we're gonna give them a nice Camaro. They don't need to stop, do they?
Yeah. Exactly, they're gonna want to just go.
Yeah.
That's the joy part, stopping.
One rotor.
Alright, should we put it on backwards to give it that extra?
It looks nicer that way. Extra
stick
pizzazz,
out.
yeah.
Make sure we got the hole lined up.
I think I put the bolts over.
Hate that when people grab those and they torque them way down, and then the next time you go to pull them off, or the next person, they don't come out.
Half the time you do those, it seems like they're almost stripped, or you're just hoping that they aren't stripped, and then you gotta drill them out. No fun.
Pull them out, and just...
And then the other half of the time, they've been removed and never put back in.
And honestly, I don't, in my opinion, I don't, that matters a whole lot. They're there, I put them back. Just because it's the right thing to do. And this, make sure we're not all twisted up. You don't want it.
So one thing too on this video at home, if you guys are watching this, if you like and subscribe, would really help us out. I mean, we need to buy a new, a new swivel chair. This thing is so squeaky, we can't even afford a new swivel chair. This thing is just squeaky as heck. I'm just joking. We're just having fun. Having fun with you guys.
You didn't collapse this right.
I didn't do your magic trick.
See all that extra work you made me do?
I know, I had to use this human vice grips.
All right.
So do you like putting Loctite on the back of your bolts, to the caliper bolts? I mean, some people say you should always do that. Some people say I never do that. What's your opinion?
Honestly, I don't usually. I make sure they're tight, and
so in these kind of circumstances, use your owner's manual. See what see what the shop manual says, and do exactly what that says. We don't want you to do anything unsafe. So there's all sorts of different opinions on that. Who knows which one is the right one? So ask your mechanic at home. Ask your dealer. Use Loctite or no Loctite.
most mechanics will say they hate Loctite, but it is for safety.
Put it in the comments below. You think Loctite in everything? Or Loctite on those bolts or certain bolts? Let us know. We want to know. Maybe we're doing something wrong. Maybe we need to learn something new.
Maybe they're going to say green Loctite on everything.
We had some yellow Loctite earlier on one of the bolts. I don't even know what kind of Loctite that is.
Forget. All right. Well, this thing ought to drive down the road straight.
All right, we got all the bolts tightened. We just got to put a wheel on there and see how she drives. We haven't drove this thing yet. I drove it in here. That was about it. All right. Well, we'll put this wheel on, and maybe we'll just take it on a quick little joyride. See what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
The wheel falls off.
Yeah, the wheel falls off.
Or the brake caliper, since
I was
the
a
guy
little
didn't torque it down.
I'll be honest, I was a little surprised that it went on as easily as it did. I thought being as bent as the frame is that we would... I know that's good English. What I just said is really good English there. But, I'll learn how to speak English someday.
That's in the next video.
Yeah, that's in the next video. We don't have to do that just yet.
That's after we learn how to put a wheel on.
Yeah, we got... Probably, what would you think, put a 100 foot-pound torque stick on that, and
Those would be 100, yeah.
get off the squeaky chair. That way you
Put
guys...
6 on this side and 4 on that one.
Isn't that that's an 8-lug wheel, right? This is a diesel, right?
Yeah,
A diesel Camaro.
That's right. Well, there was that one really cool YouTuber that put the diesel in that Mustang. So
Yeah.
we could do that.
That
That was
we might have to make a few better videos first, so we can afford to hire the guy that has all the know-how to do that.
Guy, they're pretty smart.
There's 100. So just if you're sitting at home and you wonder what this is a torque stick. So it comes as a kit, and then using your impact gun, it gets you to the approximate 100 foot-pounds. So I believe
spring on the inside of this thing.
Yep, it works really nice. You never want to trust that, though. You always want to go back with your actual lug nut torque wrench and check them afterwards. Safety last, guys. I mean first.
What did I do?
We appear to have the wrong socket on the torque stick.
That's 24. Where's the 22? Guess we wasn't using that for this, was we?
Nope. That's probably back where we left it. Look at that mess. Are you one of those people who have super clean shops and this is driving you crazy right now? I wish I was one of those people. Maybe someday. Maybe you guys will teach me.
Maybe your sockets just ain't wore out quite enough. And I always go pretty much tight and then...
Yeah, I like that. That's why I do it.
But it's nice. It's all day long, and it won't get any tighter.
Okay, if you get the folded bumper, just be prepared. You might have some issues when you get it. We got a bad spot there. We're rubbing on something. It's obviously really creased. We got a bad spot right there and a scratch right there. Of course, even the regular bumper could get scratched in shipping, so always remember that. Got one bad spot there. You can see it. I kind of looked at the color. It looked like it was matching okay. Might be a little dark, actually. It's so hard to show. I think it's a little dark, but it's hard to say. Panda match parts can be a mixed bag, so just be aware of that when you buy them. Oh, seeing a, oh, nothing there. Thought it was something. All right, well, hopefully we'll be able to put this on in quite a while from now. Still got a lot left to go on this project. Thanks everybody